Welcome, everyone, to Rebirth, a D&D Tale. Probably a bit of a rare sight. Even though they don't have two videos, we do have our full cast here tonight, so I'm excited about that. Last we left off, the Lucky Sevens were making their way through the plains and savannah of the country of Argyll, had been accosted by a group of bandits and decided to take a rest and investigate after everyone was back up to their usual selves. During that encounter, however, Kinwin had perished for a brief period of time. But thankfully, with the quick wits of Lagon, was able to get back up on his feet. Still feeling a little bit off, though, the party traveled northward to the city of Wandermore. In Wandermore, they settled in for the night at a tumbled wench, met the governor of the city, and have since gone to bed once more. And that is where we're picking up. The Lucky Sevens are free to do as they please in the city and eventually make their way to the coastal city of Castillo del Rey, the port town that they expect to find passage to the continent of Ionia. At least that's on the itinerary in the very near future. Who knows what may hold them up or accost them along the way. But it is a new morning. The sun has risen very high in the sky, and here you all are, at the Tumbled Wench, in your rooms, separated from the girls and the boys. What do you do, Lucky Sevens?
When you died and talked to the Raven Queen, you mentioned I probably should have mentioned her because I traveled with either Lagan or Karobe. Do you remember which one it was specifically?
It was Lagan that she mentioned.
Okay, so Lagan, I need to talk to you for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I died, I assumed that I would meet the land, but I met the Raven Queen. I didn't recognize her, but she said that I probably should have because I travel with you. She also seemed to, for some reason, want me to be alive. So, like, what exactly do you know about the Raven Queen?
I know as much as you know. Well, a little bit more. Before I get into anything, what do I know of the Raven Queen?
Make a religion check.
My religion. Okay. That's a natural 20.
In the subsequent days and weeks since that first time that you saw her, you've been feeling as if her link to you has been getting stronger and stronger. Not replacing the devotion that you feel for the Wild Mother. Not replacing the Wild Mother herself in your in the way that you are going about things. She's just an ever-present sort of entity. You can't even really put your finger on it as to why you can't necessarily call her a god, per se. But she is an entity that presides over the domain of death, which you know previously to have been overseen by the Lady Weejas. And even prior to that, it seems that there was another god that she deposed. And so, with Weejas's influence having diminished all over the world, to the point of even her followers don't have clerics like you anymore, that the Raven Queen seems to have become prevalent in that absence. At least that's the feeling you get. Historically speaking, the Raven Queen's really only been written about or spoken about or taught about within the last 100 years or so.
Okay.
She's a fairly new godlike entity.
A very powerful entity. If you pay close attention to what Lagan says, Kenwin, he will never use the word god or goddess when speaking of the Raven Queen. He only uses the entity or
or being or something like that.
Yeah. He does not give her that title, and for whatever reason, I don't know, but that is just the way he speaks of her. She is extremely powerful. She has only been around for about the last 100 years. She is maybe a little longer. I'm not sure. So much is just speculation and rumor at this point. She presides over death, as we just once did. And whatever that thing is that we've encountered that we just took it from. She is not an entity to be trifled with. And beyond that, well, if you are interested in learning the practices, I can teach you on how they are normally done at one of her temples.
I would like that, yeah.
But if you ever see her without the mask, hope you have everything you needed done, wrapped up and taken care of, because you're not coming back.
You did have the mask when I saw her, yes.
Beyond that, maybe there are others who know more than I do. I don't know. But much like the Wild Mother, she has an interest in the goings-on that we've been about. They're also not too far from each other in beliefs. The way they handle that is certainly very different. And, well, she did ask me why you should come back. Did you hear that, Kinwin?
Yes. As a druid, I view death as a way for new life to be born as part of the cycle. Possibly she identified with me because of that.
She specifically asked me why you should return.
She did the same to me.
And what was your answer?
Work still to be done. And what friends and family still back there that I did not want to leave.
Well, at least the first half of our answers, Matt.
Thank you for the conversation. Before we leave this city, I would also like to try to buy a book specifically on the Raven Queen.
Hmm. Well, once you get, once everyone's kind of ready to leave, you can certainly see about picking something up like that on your way out. Kurobe, you're overhearing this conversation as the three gentlemen shared a room where the ladies shared a room between themselves.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in this moment as Lagon and Kinwin are talking?
Well, Kurobe probably would be trying to give them enough privacy and not try to pay attention, so he would be getting together and going down for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Which your breakfast would be covered by the night's stay that you paid.
So
you're going down to breakfast early?
yeah, I would go down to breakfast early.
Okay.
I wouldn't. Especially if they start talking religion.
Mm-hmm.
That would not be a. It's one of those things. Kurobe, he knows of the entities, he knows of the powers, but it's not a faith thing that he fought. The reason why he follows Muhammad, it is a duty, and
yeah. So talk about religion and faith and godlike entities just kind of makes you a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not something he really understands.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you both, Kinwin and Lagon, would have noticed that Kurobe would have, as soon as y'all started having sort of a deep conversation about these sort of things, that he would have kindly left the room. Which leaves Vanya and Arya. Arya and Vanya, what are y'all doing this morning?
So Vanya probably would have woken up to Arya just completely, like, cuddling her, somehow having completely left her own bed, and just, like, big spooning Vanya.
Which is kind of funny because you're the shorter one.
Yes.
We do not call that big spoon. We call that the jetpack.
Just very much nuzzled in between your shoulder blades, holding on to her tight, completely restful. Vanya would not have even noticed her do that.
Nope. She's just gonna chuckle a little bit and then kind of try to gently wake Arya up.
The girl is dead asleep. She drank hard the previous night. Hard.
Oh, this is gonna be funny. She's gonna look over to where Zephyr is probably taking over Arya's bed at this point.
Yeah, because Arya gone and took his spot.
And she's going to tell him to just start licking Arya's face to wake her up.
Happily, Zephyr gets up from the bed and once he hears your voice, his ears kind of perking up. He kind of walks over to the side of the bed, realizes that his head comes about the height of the bed itself, and so he just kind of hops up and just gives a big old single lick on the side of Arya's face.
It's happened before. We all know the noise.
Right in her ear too.
I'm just all up in there. Oh my god. Oh, hi, Zephyr. Hello, puppy.
He's kind of panting happily.
Morning.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're awake already, Vanya. Hi.
Yeah, I couldn't wake you up, so I had him give you a wake up call.
Oh yeah, just like looks. Hey, bud. How did I end up in your bed?
You know, I'm not sure about that. I woke up and
Oh my. You see, like, Arya just, like, start blushing as she's making assumptions.
I mean, you did drink pretty heavily last night, so.
I mean, yes. Let's see. If I recall right, we enticed a crowd, put on a show, got some money, came back upstairs, girls' room, boys' room.
And you passed out.
And that's it.
You're in bed. Yes, that's it. You passed out and you're in bed.
Okay. It's a little bit of relief that I didn't attack you.
Yeah, well, I would like to have seen you try, but...
I mean, I wouldn't without you asking, of course. Okay. Whew, I should get freshened up. Breakfast. You see she's just like red, clear across the face. It goes straight into her ears, on her shoulders, just all red.
Pretty much matches her hair.
Yeah. And she's got a bit of a playful grin on her face, but she's gonna let Arya get up. Just planning on teasing her about that later.
Fantastic.
You need help with your hair this time?
You see she's just like, she's got like the comb already just stuck in there and she just holds it up and it's hanging. That would be lovely.
She's gonna go over and help brush her hair out.
Do you do anything specific? Do you put it in a braid or a couple of braids?
Yeah, she's gonna put it in a braid.
Okay.
One big, long, glorious braid.
Hmm.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Shouldn't get caught in anything that way. Hopefully.
You would think so.
And then she's gonna reach over, grab the braid a little bit, just give it a little bit of a playful tug before leaving the room.
All right, and both of you head down to breakfast. You find Kurobe to be the first downstairs, kind of munching away at something. Looks like a bread and maybe an oatmeal or something. Oatmeal and toast, maybe. And seems pretty simple. Seems like what's on order for breakfast. He was the first one down.
Good morning, Kurobe.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The oatmeal and stuff is good. They even have a bit of honey.
Just a porridge.
Oh, that's what they're serving this morning. I do have stores that I could go into if it's not to your liking, but you know, sometimes the best meal is the one you don't have to cook.
Simple needs always refresh the best.
The other two up yet?
That's a good question. Did Kinwin seem okay?
Him and Lagan were talking. I didn't want to intrude. I came down early.
Perhaps on matters of, I would assume, faith?
Yes, it's something that I don't quite understand.
Are you not a religious man, Kurobe?
No, I don't think I am. Well, no. I don't really know what it means to be religious.
Interesting.
What does it mean to be religious?
I understand that there is a difference between religion and faith, or religion and spirituality, so to speak. Religion is the practice of traditions and rituals, whereas faith and spirituality, the general belief of the gods, is about self-determined. It doesn't fall on any tradition, but more so a personal sense of longing, satisfaction, fulfillment, a feeling. I didn't think myself faithful for a very long time, but I guess in a way things changed.
I had a friend once. He was the faithful type. And belief in his god gave him power. But I had always, till recently, lived off of my own power, so I never understood it. And dealing with what I have dealt with, I see it more as duty and upholding things that are dear to me, as opposed to hoping for something better. Putting my beliefs in something greater than myself. I guess that's the reason I never really understood it. I've always used my own power to try to change the things around me and never relied on anything else.
Conviction in one's own abilities, I don't think, is outside of faith. Not true. I mean, after all, if we didn't have that, then I don't think we would be able to have many of the accomplishments of what we see in the world today. Not all that is done by gods or goddesses, but just by mortal hands. So I understand that as well. And I think I believe in that more so than not. More so than perhaps any will of the gods or, well, sometimes I find myself questioning the convictions of the gods. Maybe that's just habit.
habit or just nature? People like to question things.
Sorry,
I'm not sure.
give me 1 second, everybody. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for waiting. I had a knock at the door that I had to attend to. But, kind of going back to the conversation at hand, there was talk about faith and religion and the difference between all of such things.
Yeah.
Huh. Regardless, I brought up such a heavy topic while you're just trying to enjoy your porridge.
Well, it was a heavy trigger. Brought up, so it's okay.
I've just been...
Happens more often than not in this group.
It's fair. I've just been worried about Kinlan.
Yeah.
So have I.
I'm sorry. Yes, I wasn't able to protect him either. Feel bad about that.
Well, hopefully, on a bit of a lighter note here. Hopefully that will negate his bad luck with the undead here now.
That's right. The undead.
Guys had so much bad luck with them.
It would be about that moment that Kinwin and Lagon would be coming downstairs.
Good morning.
What's for?
Morning.
It is a good old. They have a bit of honey. And here, oh wait, hold on, I gotta check. If I have one of those in this game. Do I have the little spice sack? Yes, I do. It's like here. And I'll take out and, when Lagan sits down with his bowl, and he'll sprinkle a little cinnamon on top of it.
Cinnamon and honey, and maybe a bit of home churned butter. Not a lot, because that is expensive, but you know, a bit to add a little flavor. But you all have your breakfast and are satisfied by it. So, what do you want to do now?
Well, we've been traveling for so long, why don't we take a couple days and explore the city?
I'm okay with this.
I would have to agree. I do beg a little bit of interest in trying to get to know more about this whole bandit circumstance. I'd rather not be mugged on our way out, so to speak. So if we can give them a bit of a shock before then, so they don't have reason to come back out.
Good idea. What do you two think? Kinwin, Lagan?
Sounds good.
All right. So if that is the plan, to take a couple of days and explore the city and see about this whole bandit situation based on what you had encountered on the road, Then I will consider this to be a group check. So I want everyone to roll investigation.
Hmm.
18.
12.
Hmm.
Um,
A 9.
9.
9.
9.
Yeah, 11 minus 2.
a flat 17.
17. Okay.
17.
All right. So between 9 and 18 as the rolls go. It's fairly good. Those who were 12 and under, you start wandering the city, kind of asking questions about, bandits in general around the city. The for whatever reason, what you get doesn't really yield you a whole lot of information, except that there are certain factions from Combe and from Wandermore and maybe elsewhere that are kind of at odds with each other, trying to pick off the richest and most powerful travelers along the road, which is not unusual to hear of, but it's certainly something that's been going on between several cities of this particular province, that each one is vying for control of the black market, as it were. But something interesting amongst the others of you, that 17 and 18, you run across a couple of individuals who have actually run into possibly the same bandit pack that you did, because they mentioned that there was a 3 sorcerers that seemed to be very similar in dress, as it were. They looked very similar to each other, maybe had different colored, coordinations and things like that, but they looked like sisters, which you would know to be the 3 sorcerers who worked in fire and ice and in lightning, in amongst the bandits that you encountered on the road. And so, Lagon and Inspector, or Moto Inspector, you weren't here for that, but Vanya was, the Raven was. So, upon speaking with each other on that, you do recognize this sort of pattern, and from what you can tell, based on the people that you've asked, is that they're in control of one particular faction and have set up a base here in Wandermore. Where that base is and who they are, their names, things of that sort, nobody knows. But seems to be a set of 3 sisters who may be in it for the money, maybe in it for glory, maybe in it to rule the black market. Who's to know for sure? But they do wield magic, and they are dangerous, especially all together.
Well, if their base is here, might not take too long to find it, given our luck.
No, perhaps not too long. I mean, this is but a small city. It shouldn't be that hard to actually find places where magic or magic users might collect. So I think that might potentially be a good start. Let's start with that. Where within the city could we find things like alchemy shops, wizard shops, that kind of thing?
Okay.
We can start asking the shopkeepers to see if they can now help us with any identification.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In that particular case, I'm going to call for a persuasion check, and I'm going to have one person head it, and whoever wants to can grant advantage. Or if you want to ask individually and separately, you can as well. It'll take longer to get the information by pooling together. It'll be easier and probably more effective if you were to fan out and ask individually. It's your choice.
Did you say for persuasion?
Yep.
I have a proficiency in that.
I also have proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +7. I would be willing to give advantage to someone.
Okay.
I only have a +5, so it might be better for me to give advantage to you.
Very well. We'll do that then.
All right. So Kinwin and Arya are definitely pairing up. Is there other pairs, or are the rest of you just following along? What are we doing?
Are we back together now, or because I thought we were split up before?
You were split up before, but you've collected together again to kind of determine how to go about asking the rest of the sort of shopping district.
Yeah, I've got a decent persuasion. I'll go asking around.
On your own?
To help me.
I think
It doesn't matter.
On our own at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you will do on your own. Kinwin and Arya are pairing up, so Arya has advantage. The rest of you rolling on your own. So Arya, roll at
Very well.
advantage.
First roll gives us 6 + 7. That's not very great. Second roll is 15 + 7, which I think I'll take that one.
That's 22. Yep. That's a very good roll. So you're kind of drawn to one of the magic shops. It's not anything particularly special. There's nothing particularly of note here. It's all sort of common items, so if you wanted to pick up something on the common item list, you're welcome to do so at book price, but you're here more for asking around. The shopkeeper tells you that there's a noble family that recently moved in that's been very interested in magic items, but has sadly overlooked this particular shop because they don't carry much in the way of what these people are looking for, and thus haven't had an interaction with them since. Vanya, make your roll.
Give me one moment. See that. Okay. 17.
You also hear about this noble family. This particular shop also kind of not anything of any particular note. It's got some common potions, but that's really about it. They're not really a big storefront. They're more of like a cart, sort of style where it's just on the outside of a building, kind of just leaned up against it. But they tell you about this noble family that they've seen them kind of wandering around places. This noble family seems to be tiefling, but they can't be 100% certain, as they also look very human, so it's really hard to tell. But yeah, you would also get their description, Arya. Lagan.
$18.
Yep, you would get about the same information as Vanya would get. You get the that the shop that you're looking at is not it seems to be a pattern a little bit that most of these shops are of don't really have much in the way of particularly potent magical items. They're more set up for like everyday use stuff. Like everlight torches and things of a common nature that maybe a competitor with the shop that Aria went to go and visit. There's a little bit of competition here, whose prices could be the lowest, without sinking their whole endeavor. But yeah, that's what you get as well, and then Kurobe.
I rolled a 23, and I actually had an idea for a line of thinking.
Ooh, what is your line of thinking?
They were particularly well dressed in matching clothes.
Yes, they
I'd
were.
like to hit up the garment district of like where fine clothes would be made and sold.
Okay, I like that idea. So yeah, your 23 is going to divulge that yes, they have been to this district and this particular shop several times. That a noble family seems to have moved in, a father and 3 daughters. They look tiefling. Except they don't have tails, which is an oddity for a tailor to run across. But it doesn't seem like this particular set of tieflings has tails at all. So it's a little bit of an odd sort of thing. So they instead are treating them with human clothes, human tailored clothes. Mostly matching, mostly of different color varieties between the 3 sisters, all of which are adults to this particular tailor's description, and certainly have a talent for mischief. He describes them as if he were making clothing for children, just in an adult size.
Would he have any way of tracing where they came from or where they're staying through how they paid, maybe through certain types of currency or like a tab that is settled with somewhere?
It's more that the way that they pay is more in cash, so they pay in gold coin.
Okay.
He did say that they have that this particular family hasn't stayed here before, but they recently bought a vacation house here, which when this particular tailor describes it as the tower. As this particular vacation home has been here before, but recently got bought.
Okay. But that's where I can find these sisters? Potentially.
He thinks that's a good place as any to try and find them. And since this particular city is kind of built into the cliffside, the fact that there is a tower in this city at all is a little bit noteworthy too. So it's kind of on the edge of one of the sort of cliffside roads that kind of makes the overlook from the tower itself just like a death-defying drop into the sands beyond. So you're looking out onto an ocean of sand, and it is incredibly high, and this particular building may have been used as a tourist attraction for those who may or may not have had legitimate plans to see this view.
Okay. Well, knowing this, I will go and find my crew.
All right. And you all meet up, and you all have similar information to share. Kurobe with a bit of a clue as to where to find the sisters.
I think we should go check this tower out.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm.
but if we're going to be getting into any kind of fight soon, I should probably replenish the diamonds for those
Yes.
things.
Yes, you are out of diamonds. And the three sisters did not come alone previously. They had an entourage, so it was a bit of a scuffle before. So if they have an entourage again, you can suspect a similar fight.
I almost wonder if maybe, rather instead of going straight into a fight, if maybe we can receive an invite. Find a way in a rather more charismatic or negotiable way, and then just find incriminating evidence and swipe it away. I mean,
How much do we have in the party fund?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Quite a bit of cash. So if you wanted to go to a jewelry store to pick up some diamonds for replenishing your
Yes.
replenishing your stock.
Yeah, we've still got like just under 900 platinum, or not just under 900, 950.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to do that first. I don't care how this goes down.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a battle, I would like to have the ability, if it's required, to bring someone back.
Fair enough.
Without these things, I will not have that ability. So yeah, I will be going to the jewelers first.
Yep. Which you would be able to get your 300 gold worth of diamonds out of 350 gold worth of jewelry. So spend an extra 50.
Okay, so
because that extra 50 is going to come on like chains and bracelets and things of that sort. Because you just have to have a handful of diamonds worth 300 gold.
Gotcha. All right.
I've got it written down.
That is more easily to be found in this small town than say a single diamond worth that much.
Right. Okay.
So right now,
in your shopping, you're able to find that.
Bling bling.
Lagon has bling in his pocket. Yes.
While I find that way of doing things amusing, I prefer a direct approach. These people hurt Penguin Precipice. If they are there, I would like to confront them directly.
That's perfectly viable, but if they are of nobility, then we might be stepping on some toes that we might not want to if we just outright kill someone.
Oh, I don't intend to kill them if I don't have to.
Think of what we did in Colbay. And we're likely going to pull the same shenanigans.
Got it.
Lord Kaiji was a very well-known, very respected member of society. If these have any standing such as his, they will be noticed if they just go missing.
Certainly. Which, again, brings me back to the previous point. If we can find incriminating evidence within this tower, we can bring it to the governor. We might even be able to establish an arrest warrant without even having to engage with them.
And then we won't have to be put on trial for the umpteenth time.
Those are never pleasant.
That's all you wish. I was simply going to tie them up and search the place, and then carry them to the yard.
Let's just pay a friendly visit first. After all, we a druid who's rather remarkable at sneaking around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we'll keep them talking then. And in the worst case, I can be a distraction.
You should go ahead and throw some of your old man moves and swath at them.
This should be interesting.
Now, we need to figure out how we're actually going to get in there.
Well, Kenwyn can infiltrate. I'm simply going to go through the front door.
I believe that might be a fair statement. Alright. If we wish, we can split it up. Kurobe and myself have voted. Knock on the front door.
Seems the easiest way in.
If anyone has a different evaluation of this, please let us know and we'll work it in.
Kenwyn, do you plan on being a sneaky little rat or something to that effect? Or do you want to go in at the front door like everyone else?
I'll go with everyone else for now.
Go with everyone else?
Yeah.
Alright. So as a group, then? Everyone's going to the front door?
Sure.
It sounds like it.
Alright. So you make your way through the city, kind of snaking your way kind of up the... It kind of looks like you're snaking from the exterior of... as we're watching the Lucky Sevens, kind of looks like they're snaking their way up the cliffside to another place within the city. One of sort of the more precarious ledges that seems to be kind of propped up and sort of reinforced with construction, and looks like some magical means that this particular sort of several-story tower that's kind of got a wide base and a very pointed top, kind of built into the rock face on one side and kind of leaning over the edge of the cliff on the other. The front door kind of facing towards the interior of the road. You see that there are, decorative pillars. You see lots of stairs. You see it's beautifully made out of stone. It's got some very sort of unique to this particular country sort of architecture, and sort of kind of looks like it's several stories up, and you approach the very big sort of also stone doors with sort of smaller wooden doors in the middle of them. Sort of looks like they could take in any size sort of guest, or maybe even carts through this front door. It's very, very big. It's very beautiful, though.
This almost looks like a temple.
Maybe it was at one point.
So the
Wow.
doors are shut.
Doors are shut, yes.
I'll go up and give it a good old Kurobe knock.
Good old Kurobe knock on the wooden portions of the doors. It is very loud, and you can hear a bit of an echo of the sound inside the house, because you suspect that with it being maybe mostly empty on the inside. That there's a lot of echo, but or maybe it's on purpose to get the whole tower to know that someone's at the front door. The knock is loud. You after a moment, one of the doors kind of opens up slightly, and you see that there's this sort of older man. He looks like he's Genasi. He looks like he's an Earth Genasi. He's got a little bit of that sort of rock-like formation of hair. He's got a kind of a suit and sort of butler's uniform on him, and he looks at you with these sort of very small sort of glasses on the tip of his nose, with his sort of rust-colored skin. He kind of looks at all of you. Can I help you?
I'll greet him in Primordial. Ah, yes, good evening. We are looking for people that may reside here. They think maybe 3 sisters. They dress alike. One in blue, one in red, one in yellow.
What is your name?
I am Kurobe.
Kind of cocks his head towards the others. For anyone who doesn't understand Primordial, it just sounds like... It sounds like Kurobe is making rock noises out of his mouth. Like grinding rocks. Which is
just
a
your
strange,
gnashing.
Yes, very gnashing teeth sort of a sound. And this particular individual does reply back in common. And who are you?
We are traveling adventure.
Traveling adventures.
Yes.
One moment. He closes the door on you. You do hear it lock. As maybe a safety precaution, but from what you can tell,
As
he
if
may
that
be...
would stop Kurobe if he really wanted to go in.
But
I'll knock like SWAT.
You maybe get the sense that he's walked away from the door and maybe going to tell the owners of the house.
Yeah.
Maybe
if you were going to look around, this might be your opportunity to look for an opposite or an alternate way in. Unless you want to stay with us and we do this all talk. It is up to you, my friend. I do not wish to push you into something you do not want to do.
And you were talking to Kinwin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We might have lost that part.
Oh, sorry. I was basically saying, Kenwin, if you want to go, like, do druid shit and sneak through the house and look for clues, this might be your opportunity to find an alternate way in, or you can stay with us. But I'm not going to force you to do either way. So it's up to you, brother.
Okay. So, what do, Kinwin? You have been proposed an opportunity.
Is there a window, like, above us anywhere?
Each of the stories is several feet. You see that there are balconies and windows, yeah.
We'll turn into a giant wolf spider.
Giant wolf spider. We've got a spooter. The spooter's gonna climb along the side.
Oh, okay. I was going to give him a way in.
No, he's
basically going to take my... oh, wait, they can just climb a wall.
Spiders can spider climb.
I forgot about that. I was going to use my sword as, like, an extension for him to, like, crawl up my shoulder and, like, up the sword into a window. They can just do what they want.
They not only can spider climb, but they also have a +7 to stealth.
Ooh,
Nice.
lovely, lovely. Love to see it. We've got Kinwin the spider monkey. Not the spider monkey, the
I'm gonna come
spider.
at you like a spider monkey.
The actual spider. A wolf spider. Kind of, Kinwin kind of shifts his form and shrinks down to about a spider, probably about the size of a bowling ball, and starts to climb up the side of the side of the
medium
building.
beast.
It's a medium. Oh, so it's an even bigger spooter.
It's a spider the size of a dog.
The spider size of a dog, exactly.
Yet
Nightmare
somehow
fuel.
is so good at stealth for some reason.
Because their footsteps are very, very quiet. But yes, you are a giant spider. So climbing up the side of the side of the building, and getting up to where you want to be is no feat at all. It's easy enough. The question is, does somebody spot you? So roll me a stealth check with your spider stats.
Come on, Kimwin. You got this, brother.
Do I have the dexterity modifier too for that? Or
Yeah,
no?
it's I think you use the plus stealth modifier on the sheet. So it's just roll.
That would be a dirty 20.
Yep. D20 plus 7 is dirty 20.
Hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, because that plus 7 already includes the stealth, or it includes the dexterity.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yep. So you rolled a 13 on your D20.
Yep.
All right. Does somebody spot you? So far as you know, you are quiet can be. You may be large, as far as an animal is, but you are very, very quiet. And even passing by some people that you might see in the hallway, they don't overhear you walking around. So you are free to wander about as you see fit. What do you do? What do you do, or what are you looking for?
Try to see if I can find anything that would be like classified type info, I guess.
Something that they might not want out in the open. Okay. Then I'm going to ask you for an investigation check, and this investigation is going to be off of your mental stats.
Natural one.
No. No. You spend quite a bit of time kind of wandering around, not really not being seen. That's for certain. You're fairly certain that no one is able to find you. You are quickly able to hide or find a shadowy spot on the wall or on the ceiling or something to that effect when somebody is coming down the hallways or into the room or into these things. What you do find is that there are a number of people in this place. It is full of people who look like they're dressed as, servants. There are several people who are dressed very finely, very nicely. You see the three sisters that you met in battle. You see a man who kind of looks like them, who is big and kind of portly. You see, those are the people that you see. But as far as anything that might, as far as anything that you see, it seems like most everything that you would suspect to be of any kind of incriminating nature is either put away and these rooms are immaculately clean, or there just isn't anything here. Anything that is out isn't of any kind of consequence. Looks like they recently just ordered a couple of bulk batches of soap. Is one invoice that you see from a soap maker in town. It's really about the extent of what you do find. So it all seems to be above board from what you can tell, Kinwin. You don't find anything of any nefarious nature. You're a little disappointed. Oh, disappointed. You would have thought that they would have been rolling in some kind of black market fabrics or gold from another country or swimming in Jack's technology they plan on selling on the black market. But you see nothing like that here.
Oh.
I guess I start making my way back.
Make your way back to the
Maybe hunting a couple rats to eat while I'm still a spider before I exit.
Even that, you're coming up short. You're like, man, this place is far too clean. Not even rats live here. Not even rats are in the pantry. Damn. But that leaves the rest of you to kind of wait patiently outside the door. After a few moments, after Kinwin's gone up and started perusing, from what you can tell, you are then greeted once again by the butler coming to the door and opening it, and he says to you, "We're not expecting visitors. What is your business?"
Oh, we have business with the system. We wish to speak with them about the prior engagements that we've had. And how to handle future endeavors.
Consider it business by call of the governor.
The governor.
Indeed.
Let's just say this is the more favorable of outcomes that could happen.
I'm not sure I like your tone.
I'm not sure you really have to. That's okay.
One moment. Closes the door again.
Krobe, what are you doing?
Huh?
What? Why are you threatening the butler?
I didn't threaten the butler.
You're threatening the butler!
Since when did I threaten the butler? I just said he doesn't have to like it.
Consider this the better of the options.
It's not
Sir?
him I'm threatening.
We're not even officially engaged in this. Like, this is not an official investigation.
I never said it was. But this is the better outcome than what I had planned.
That just makes you look like a hooligan. A thug.
She's got a point.
You've met me. What do you think I am?
A
What do you
sleazy
even
old
think
man. I'm not a thug.
I am very simple in usually how I tackle problems like this. I've never really been the thinker or the planner. I'm more of a doer.
Oh.
Vanya's just gonna reach over, pat her shoulder, like, you'll get used to it. Hopefully.
Let's just hope that Kinwin finds something, because we're not getting through the front door. I got nothing better after that, that exchange.
I don't know what you guys expect from Kurobe. He is a six
charisma.
6-inch character with 0 charisma. The only kind of persuasion he has is from wisdom, because he's a samurai.
Mhm. This man should not be talking. This is something that Arya has been thinking in her head, I'm sure, for months now. Eventually, the door opens once more, probably after about 10 to 15 minutes. You know, you get the distinct impression they're just waiting for you to give up and go away. But after that's not evident. The butler comes back to the door and opens it briefly.
I'll just be leaning against the wall.
You have been requested to leave the property.
That's nice. We'll be talking to the man of the house and the sisters now. And Kurobe will push the door open.
Alright. So, alright. Kurobe's pushing past the butler. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess I'm following him.
Hey, we tried talking our way in. Now it's time for Kurobe to be distraction for Kenwin.
Okay.
You don't have to come in.
No, I think I do. I really think I do. As we go through, I just like Arya's just like, I'm sorry.
You hear him calling for guards.
So where would they be? Don't make me have to look on my own. This will be over quicker.
You have been asked to leave the property.
I didn't stutter, did I?
And you hear that there are guards starting to come down the stairs.
Kurobe, I'm sorry, but we are committing a crime at this rate.
And they tried to kill a friend of mine. That doesn't sit well with me.
I understand that, but also, do you really want to go to jail again?
Vanya, Lagan, what are you doing?
Lagan is still standing outside, listening to this, waiting to see if he has to step in and intervene.
I don't think I'll let them arrest me today.
Vanya's
sisters!
Talk Kurobe out of this. Kurobe, do you not remember what happened in Gombe? Do you really want to go through that again?
It was a good outcome.
It was a good outcome by nature of persuasion.
You hear the footsteps of the guards. They have swords.
This is on you.
Is there a second story?
Yes, they're coming down the stairs.
I'm leaving.
Yep.
I'm going to use all my strength to jump up and grab onto like a balcony of and get to the second story and start looking for the sisters.
Okay, so you do need to run and jump. So give me a
athletics.
Give me athletics.
That will be a 27.
Remember
who it is.
To be fair, yeah, you have you can definitely jump up to 10 feet up in the air, given that you are mortal. The balcony is just that. You are able to grab onto the bottom, the floor of the balcony above the stairs that you see there, and you are able to pull yourself up and vault over the railing, and you hear whistles, you hear yelling, you hear guards, you hear footsteps behind you.
I'm looking for the sisters, though.
Looking for the sisters. Okay, so make me make me an investigation.
I can see the pain in everybody's face.
Just make me an investigation check.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's a 17 because I rolled a 19 minus 2.
You run across the second floor, kind of vaulting over some things. You see what you're looking for. Uh, you see the sisters and a portly old man, all of which seem to have horns. You uh,
I will step inside and close the door and lock it.
you even see a wolf spider across the room from you.
I hope that's Kenwin, otherwise I'm going to be terrified.
It is a giant spider.
Yes.
It is a giant spider that you have no idea where it came from, but it does look a little familiar.
Okay. Ah. We can have a conversation now.
Who are you? The man yells at you.
Ah. I am simply a prior acquaintance of these three.
Get
might
out
be
of
able to
my
tell you
house.
Are they your daughters?
They are my daughters, yes. Get out of my house.
Are you aware of what they are doing?
Girls! And he shouts at them, and each one of them is going to fire at you.
Don't do that. I didn't come here to fight. Don't make me fight. And I will try to dodge them, but...
And each one is going to
give them a
fire.
chance.
Each one of them is going to fire at you.
Okay.
Let me get some d20s out here.
It's fine. We're just gonna have to bail him out of jail again.
I think they all miss because the stats I was going off of would only put them, I think, at a 17 to hit.
That is my armor class. But since I'm trying to dodge and not, don't they have disadvantage? Isn't that what the dodge does?
Dodge is an action? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them rolled a natural 1, so that's not going to get any better. Yeah, that's not any better. Not any worse.
Okay. And if they hit me, I will just soak them and just keep walking forward. Now, this would be the second time they tried to kill me in the past week. They did actually kill one of my friends. If you keep doing this, I will be forced to defend myself. Now, are we going to have this conversation or not?
We will not be subject to your blackmail.
I am not here for blackmail. I am here for justice.
What do you do?
They keep attacking me. I'm drawing my sword and yelling they're up here.
Okay. You yell, they're up here. You draw your sword because they're looking to fire once again at you.
Okay.
In fact, even the father's going to get in on this. He's going to take a couple of swipes at you with a sword itself.
Alright.
Father is... That is... Well, I don't have stats for the father. Give me 2 seconds to actually come up... Like, make up something for him.
Sorry, Earl Kurobe's pissed. And he's really upset that he couldn't protect Kenwin, so... This is just going to be an outlet for his rage.
That's fine. You just have to accept that Arya's not going to be happy with him.
Oh, that...
Right?
I don't expect it to be. I didn't say it was a good idea.
Oh, don't worry. Lagan is not happy by any means, but hearing the commotion and the fighting breaking out, Lagan is going to step in and move in.
Okay, so you're moving in as well. Okay, so you're still on the bottom floor.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I don't have a generated sheet for this.
I don't think you expected this to happen, so you weren't prepared for it.
No. I'm not prepared for this.
Okay, I'm gonna switch us to break really quick so that I can actually grab a randomly generated sheet, and we'll go from there. So be right back, everybody.
Sounds good. Potty break.
Potty break.
Yay!
All right, welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the blip on Twitch, but it seems that is unavoidable. We'll have, again, like a whole VOD on YouTube so that you guys can watch the whole thing in its entirety. But, with that being said, let's get on to what's going on in the upstairs sort of office, main office of this particular tower mansion with Kurobe, the sisters, the father of these sisters, whom we have no names for at the moment. No one even knows their name. While downstairs, the rest of the party, Arya, Vanya, and Lagan, are dealing with the fact that they'll have to get upstairs past the guards. Kinwin being in the room as a wolf spider, hiding in sort of plain sight. No one's seen him yet. So, with that being said, let's start some initiative.
Okay. For once, I didn't roll terrible, which is probably a good thing.
Probably.
All right, 25 to 20. Anybody?
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. Lagan not having cleric initiative. See, this is what happens when Lagan rolls his own dice, not mine. 20 to 15.
18.
Okay.
16.
15.
Vanya is on 18. Kurobe is on 16. And Arya is on 15, you said?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Kinwin, where do you land?
14.
14. All right.
We're above 10, all of us.
All of it
Holy
above
shit.
10. Okay.
I'm usually at a 0, so.
You really are.
I thought you were normally negative.
Well, the lowest I can go is 0.
Yeah.
For this. I've gone negative for intelligence checks, but.
It's true. It's true. All right. So, which brings us, while we don't have a visual on the encounter as of yet with what's going on downstairs, Lagan, you are running your way upstairs, and you are going to have to get past some guards. They are standing between you and the rest of the upstairs. They realize that as soon as you start running into the house to assist your friends, that they're going to have to deal with you trying to get upstairs. So
Oh, they're still going to be trying to come down the stairs, right?
yes, there was some upstairs. There was a bunch of them coming down the stairs to try and deal with Kurobe, but Kurobe bounded and leaped. So now they were trying to run back upstairs to try and fend him off, but now they realize you're coming in the door. So there's some guards that are going up and some going down.
So, I am going to center it on the stairs, but I am going to cast Sleet Storm.
Sleet storm. Ooh.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
It is a 20-foot wide, 40-foot tall cone. Yeah.
Okay, is that on?
And it makes the stairs difficult terrain.
Makes it difficult terrain. Okay, so there's going to be one set of stairs.
Right. If they fail their dexterity saving throws, they fall
On this turn or on their turn?
on their turn.
On their turn. Okay. So they don't have to make a save now, but they do on their turn. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So sleet
Because
storm.
it's going to be covered with a thick,
ice.
slick sheet of ice.
Yes, thick ice. It is ice stormed inside the house, which is a rarity for this particular region of the world as in general for there to be ice storms, but much less one indoors. But you have called down the sort of very cold sleet and ice, and have frozen over the stairs just above where you were about to climb. So, with that, what else are you doing on your turn?
That's it for now.
That's it for now. All right. That brings us to
I
our
will
guard's
be-
turn.
I will be moving around, trying to see if there's somewhere that I may be able to jump up to the second store to my way up.
Mm.
But yeah,
You can do so the same way Kurobe did,
okay.
which you can move over to. There's no problem. There's no issue with that. Which the guards' turns. What's the DC they have to make?
15.
These are just some ordinary guard guys. So we got one. Only one person passed. They're the only person standing. Oh, that's not even a D20. That's a D12.
Okay.
I'll roll one more of these.
So.
Oh, that one's a natural 20. So 2 people saved.
Okay.
The others have fallen prone, which may or may not lead them to sliding down the stairs, high or low.
Low.
And we'll roll a d6. Low it is. Some of them have started falling down the stairs, kind of bonking their head.
Okay.
Yep, that's 4 out of the 6 guards. So each of them is going to take some bonk hit to the head damage. So that's them on their turn. But the other guards that did make their save are attempting to come back down the stairs, but they're at half speed because it's difficult terrain. So they're not able to get very far. They have about 15 feet before they'd be able to even get to you. So they're not even going to risk it. That's their turn. Vanya.
How far are they from me?
15 to 20 feet. Because you're slightly behind Lagan.
Yeah, we're going to Dissonant Whispers that.
Hmm. Is that a single target or an area of effect?
It just says range 60 feet. Only one creature of my choice.
One creature. Okay. One creature. One target. Who are you targeting? One of the standing guys or one of the guys that bunked their head on the stairs?
One of the standing ones.
Okay, so you have a guard and a butler.
The guard.
The guard. Alright.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a nope.
3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its feet allows away from me.
Okay.
So let me roll up that damage.
Yep.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. I'm gonna see if he falls. What's the DC for you, Lagan?
It was 15.
15.
15.
Yeah, he makes it. He makes it. So he's able to climb that 15 feet back up the stairs that he had initially climbed down. So he's back up where he started. Okay.
And she is obviously following Lagan.
All right. Bonus action?
None.
None.
Not taking one this turn.
Okay. Kurobe, you are upstairs, and you are face to face with the father of these individuals. If you're saying anything, you're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was coughing earlier and I forgot to unmute. Since my sword's already out, Kurobe is going to reverse his grip and turn it around so that the spine of the blade is forward and say, "You're lucky I'm not here to take a life." like they did. And I'm going to say Bahamut's name and vamp out my wings.
Interesting.
And a little bit of an intimidation tactic, and then you know what? I think I'm going to fly up and over him and land on the desk in the middle of the three and try to knock them out.
Okay, he is going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
That's fine. But I want to be right in the middle of them so they're all within range of me.
Okay. That's probably a nope, because he does not have that. I have a modifier. He missed.
Okay.
So you're in front of the girls.
Do I remember which one did the most damage to Kenwin?
No, because I don't.
Okay, we're going to say...
Has anyone attacked me this round? In this combat?
Not in this
No,
combat,
these
no.
are the same ones that
Same
killed you,
ladies
though.
that killed you.
Then I'm just going to start with the one that casts big fireballs.
That would be red.
I'm going to go for red.
Alright.
That's 19 plus a lot.
Yep.
I get to reroll 1s and 2s. That's much better. That is... Does fire damage matter at all for any of these?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you basic.
No, yes, it does, actually, because they're tieflings.
Okay. Then I'll have the... I'll just add it up, but I'll have the fire damage, right?
Yep, half the fire damage.
Okay. So that way you don't have to deal with it. So that is 9 plus... That is 24 damage for the first one hit.
Ugh, I forget how much you hurt.
Yeah, that one hits too. Okay, that is 11 and 21 for the second damage or second hit.
God damn.
And you'd better believe that because I'm alone in the room with 4 of them, I'm going to action surge and get 2 more attacks.
Alright, alright.
Alright, that one is a 19 hit?
19 would hit, yes.
Okay. Alright, that is 9. $26 for that attack.
That damage?
Damage. And then roll 1s. That's 8. That's 12. 18 damage for the second.
Okay, okay. Okay. All of that kind of dumped in on red. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else, Korobe?
No.
Alright. Arya. You were slightly behind Vanya.
I was, but I'm not going to go in through the front door.
Okay. What you doing?
I'm going to walk out onto the property and get a good view of the window. And from where I'm at, can I actually see where Kurobe is? Like, is that particular window with room with the 3 girls? Does it have an outside window?
Yes, it does.
Okay, how high?
1 story, so probably 20 feet, 25 feet.
Great. Arya's hair begins to float around her, and debris starts to pick up. And as it does so, she's just going to let out a quick breath. And gold wings just appear like swords of light in above her.
Mm. She's
going to fly up as all of the small sigils on her body are bright glowing gold. She's going to go up to the window, and everyone just sees her come up to it. This glowing radiance with the sun behind her. And she's going to release a burst of energy, all of that radiant energy, to break the window.
Mm.
And stepping into the room. You're going to submit. All of you. Swords down. Magic down. Now.
Okay. So you're using this as a bit of an intimidation tactic?
Intimidation. Yeah.
All right.
Do I get advantage because Kurobe already knocked him around a
Kurobe
bit?
has, and he has big fuck off glowing wings, and his eyes are glowing, and his hair is kind of flowing around.
Much the same as
And
you
he has
are,
and he has a giant flaming sword that
Except
he
his
has
wings are
whacked her.
dragon wings. Yes, you'll have advantage.
Okay. Cool. Does it get better than a nat 20, though? Alright, we'll do the second just for funsies. 11. I'll take the nat 20. Thank you. Thank you.
Nat
thank
20,
you.
yep.
That's nat 20 plus 4.
Okay, okay. That is a lot. Okay. Alright, so that's your action, bonus action?
I am gonna say yeah, and also my movement by technicalities.
Yep. That is because your bonus action is to pop wings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Before they have a chance or to react, Kinwin, what are you doing? You are a spooter. Oh, if you're saying something, you're muted.
Me? Oh, no.
You gonna do something with your turn as a spider?
It's my turn?
Yep, it's your turn.
I assume that's me in the bottom right?
Yep, you're a spider in this bottom right here.
Okay, I got like 40 feet of movement. I would like to run towards and then jump on the most damaged looking enemy to bite him.
That would be Red over here. She's the most damaged. And you want to bite her? Alright.
Yes.
Go for your bite attack as a spider. Actually, roll it at advantage because you were hidden.
Excellent, because the correct roll is a 4. So, 16.
16. 16 will hit. Roll me some spider damage.
Five piercing damage, but they also must make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Alright, Constitution saving throw on Red. Nope, that's a fail.
It takes 6 poison damage.
6 poison damage. Alright. Alright, anything else for your turn, Kinwin?
No.
Nope. Okay. Yeah. Given that you all have shown some extraordinary power, the girls look frightened about you. And so does the father when he turns to look at you all, realizing that he's not dealing with just some ordinary people. You see some hands go up in surrender. Weapons start clanging on the ground. They look like terrified of what's going on here.
That's literally what I was trying to do. If someone is reduced to 0 hit points with the poison of the giant wolf spider, they aren't killed but are instead just paralyzed for an hour.
Okay. Well, she's not at that risk.
Yeah, if they're dropping, Kurobe will take his sword and like sheath in front of them. Now isn't talking so much easier? It's not fun when someone attacks you out in the open.
What do you want? You hear the woman in red say.
You attacked us, tried to take our thing, killed my friend.
Your friend is just fine.
He died. There's no guarantee of bringing people back.
He looks fine to me.
Are you that spoiled that you don't know the difference?
Hold on.
He's in wolf spider form.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she doesn't actually know.
He's in wolf spider form, and he looks fine to me. How did you know who he is?
That's my bad. So, retcon.
No! I wanted to catch her in it.
Okay.
She wouldn't know.
You killed one of my friends. You all will be brought to justice for this.
Who are you?
Someone that they messed with. Are you aware of what your precious daughters do? Attacking travelers, taking their things. Do you need that to make your money, or is it just a little bit of whimsical playtime for them?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Is there any way I can offer advantage in this?
What would you like to say?
Ooh. Tell us the truth. You're already wanted. Like we said, we're here on business of the governor. Might let you off easy. Easier than you deserve. If you just fess up.
Yes.
Okay, advantage.
I don't need it. I rolled a natural 20.
Very good.
I rolled the first dice just to see what would happen. So that's a 25.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Take whatever you want. And leave us be.
You think I came here for money?
Why else? You hear the woman in red say.
Did you not hear me? I'm here for justice. That means you in chain.
Lagan, you have plenty of
Answering
time
for
to
your
get up.
crime.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Right behind
Well, if they're dropping their swords, Lagan will drop concentration and drop Heat Storm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it will slowly dissipate. The stairs and the 20 feet around will still continue to be difficult terrain until the ice melts.
Yep. Okay. All right. Justice, huh?
Why do you know what they do? Why do they do it? You seem well off enough. You're not fighting to survive. Living hand to mouth. That is why people take the banditry.
I don't think I need to justify ourselves to you. You said you're here on business of the governor. Where is your warrant?
I would have picked up the bounty.
All right.
Right here, sir. Quite easy to track a warrant when it just so happens that your 3 daughters are so terribly identifiable.
I suppose it's a disadvantage to having had triplets.
Especially when they all want to dress alike. And in such noticeable colors, too.
We tried taking the civil route, sir.
You barged
still-
into my home.
I knocked on your front door and asked for an audience. You refused.
You refused to say who you were at the beginning, so I had no reason to let you in. You said you were a band of traveling adventurers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
You're on business of the governor.
you said that after you barged into my home.
Mm,
It doesn't matter at this point, and Kurobe pulls out a couple sets of shackles. You're coming with us, unless you want to resist. I didn't come here for lives. Considering you already took one of my friends, I wouldn't mind that as payment.
Is this true? He says to the girls. I don't know, says Blue. How could they have known?
How could they have? When you mug a group of people, nearly destroy their entire caravan, attack them with magic, harsh spells, and machinery, and then run away as quickly as you appeared. A hit and run. Of course, how could you know? You're not there to actually take the responsibility of it. You can't bear it. But now karma is here. So we're bringing you in for it.
And you will also suffer the penalties for having broken into our home. And I'll see that you ruin for it.
Kurobe's gonna walk over and get in his face. After everything your daughters have done, you dare threaten us? How many lives have they ruined? Where do you get off?
What does it matter to you?
The fact that you think so little of these matters shows your character and that you would never understand.
Do you
Put
I'm
him-
gonna
truly
walk over
think
and
that being
shackle
a
the
noble?
daughters.
Do you truly think that being noble sets you above the law?
I make the law.
Then you should put rain on your daughters better than you have. Killing and slaughtering innocent passengers to a town where you make the law. You should set the example, not set yourself above it. You laugh. You think this is all funny. Ask the last leader what happened when he set himself above the law. Oh, wait, you can't.
Hmm.
Well, there's more going on here than you realize.
And you don't know who you're messing with.
Oh, I do. I do. I do. You smell like them.
Smell like who?
Smell like me. He pops out a couple of fangs.
Would I recognize this?
Yes, you would, because there was a creature that popped out a bunch of fangs at you in that battle. And as if in an instant, he goes into a bit of a misty form
Oh god damn it, it's a vampire.
and starts
Not
to
him
float.
again.
It starts to float out of the building.
I think
will
the fuck not! Fireball!
No, I'm going to do a radiant bolt. Because I
Okay, that's
have
probably
that.
better. That's better. That's
I will cast
destructive.
daylight.
It's already daytime, by the way.
It still harms Misty. The misty forms of vampires or other undead.
Yeah, unless
And
there's
50-foot
homebrew
radiant
bullshit. That's up
There's-
to you, Coffee.
There's homebrew bullshit. Vampires in this world don't work like the real vampires.
Okay, I'm still flinging a radiant bolt at him though.
I'm still casting daylight, and it's still a 50-foot sphere.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 21 to hit.
Does AC change or no? I don't know. Let me see.
I'm so sorry, I got so excited.
And it lasts for an hour. It's not concentration.
Okay, yeah, his AC doesn't change. So what was it to hit for you, Kurobe?
21.
That'll hit. What's the damage?
19 radiant damage.
Okay. Seems to affect anything like normal.
Alright.
And then daylight, what's the save on that?
It would be my spell DC but if he's not harmed by it, then
Well, let me actually make a perception check. He might be able to actually see it and avoid it. I don't know, because if you're casting it on him, then he would have to make a
Yes.
save. So
yes, I am casting it on him.
Okay, so what's...
I'm centering the daylight on him. My spell save is 15.
Okay, so he's gonna make a dexterity save, I guess. Which is going to be a 19, so he saves.
Okay.
But the mist just seems to disappear into the city, leaving the girls with you, who have dropped their arcane implements.
I will shackle them and say, if you disappear like the last time, I will hunt you to the ends of the earth.
For an hour, it appears there's a 60-foot sphere of sunlight in that house.
Yep.
A mini sun has just popped up in their room.
Yep. And it's a little blinding, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I will put them in shackles and start leading them down.
And the one in yellow just kind of looks at you and says, "Did you get bitten the last time?"
No. The one
Actually-
that looked like him. Did I get bitten?
You did.
Oh, I did get bitten. That's right.
Oh,
Oh no.
I forgot.
Yep, you did.
I forgot that too.
Yes.
Huh.
what does that mean?
Nothing.
What is... No, don't just nothing.
It's too bad. The one that bit me. He's not around anymore either.
How could you?
You attacked us, remember?
Then we've already paid your debt.
I'm going to look over to the spider. Do you think our debt's paid, Kenwin, for your life? The fact that you could have not come back. No, Kenwin's not there.
You...
So I'm going to say... Oh, go ahead.
You killed Malachi. My brother.
That's the stakes when you attack someone on the road. And then run away.
Then the debt's already paid.
Oh, maybe for... You think for this one incident? How many lives have you ruined? How many people have you killed?
How dare you?
Dare I?
You have no
Dare
right to
you.
judge.
Are your morals that corrupt that you can't even see right from wrong? That you don't even feel a slight twinge of uneasiness? Taking innocent life? Stealing things that aren't yours? Or are you spoiled enough that you think everything belongs to you?
You shut your mouth. You have no right to speak.
As
I'm not
those
the
who
one.
you have harmed, we have every right to speak.
Be lucky that I didn't come for your lives. That I only came to do what was right.
You already took a life. Isn't that enough?
He paid his price. You get to pay yours. Now come with me.
Begrudgingly.
Lead them out.
Yeah, begrudgingly. They're resisting even through the shackles.
That's fine.
Look,
I'll
I'll
grab-
pick any of them up if he.
Yeah, I'll grab
needs
one.
to.
I'll grab one and throw one over each shoulder, and Lagan can grab the other one. If you don't want to walk on your own, we'll take you in like this. That's fine.
Kinwin, Arya, Vanya, what are you doing?
Vanya's following along behind.
I'm distraught.
As we're walking down the stairs, do I see the butler?
He's long dropped whatever weapon he had, so
No, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to say in Primordia as we're walking by. Sorry for the mess upstairs. And I'm going to walk out front.
get out.
Make sure you have a mop when the ice melts.
Get out. All of you, get out. He shouts through the whole house.
I believe we're already making our way.
I'm beginning to think we're not welcome here.
I wonder why they don't like us so much. And I'm going to walk out.
And your
At that
sort of
statement,
winged forms have both kind of dissipated by now, Arya and Kurobe.
Yep.
At your statement why they don't like us, probably for the same reason Kaiji like us. He thinks we're beneath him.
True. And I would head towards turning them over, and where you turn in people and collect the bounties.
Yep.
Okay. Take them to a sort of jail.
I have a question, Toffee.
Sure.
Did the governor have a tail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Spade tail.
Okay. So I'm trying. Arya doesn't know much about vampires, I take it.
No. It
No.
wasn't really a thing. Not a prominent thing, anyway. Back in
I'm
your
going to
day.
learn about vampires, apparently, because I forgot I got bit. This is going to be fun.
You've become our new test subject.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, Coffee, do I get vampire powers?
God.
no. You just get to
question
be in
mark?
pain like Mordecai was.
Question mark? You know nothing, so.
Yeah, I know. It depends on how it works. If it's an infection, I might turn. If it's like typical vampire bullshit, I killed the one that tried to turn me. So,
So did Mordecai.
yeah, well, like I said, I don't know. I don't know
I don't
who
know.
Mordecai is.
I don't know.
So,
Nobody
It's
knows.
like AIDS.
yeah.
It's like just got mono.
But yes, you're able to turn the women in at the jail, and the bounty that you had from the governor is sufficient warrant for their arrest or whatever. You're paid your bounty, and
I will warn them about what the father is. And that he has made threats.
you don't know what the father is because you don't have a word for it. You don't know what that is.
I didn't say I don't have to have a word for it. He had long fangs and he turned into fucking mist. And he's threatening everything.
Okay. Sufficient description. Alright. You have another 500 gold in your possession. And what do you do?
We
Or
need
is
to
we
find
just-
some books.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point.
Was that just 100 gold for each of us?
Or it can go into party funds, whatever you want to do with it.
I want to take 100 just because I like having a little bit of money on me.
Leave mine with the party funds since I essentially keep everything.
Lagan is the party funds.
Well, Kurobe does stuff like buys food for everyone and like does
Yeah,
shit
like
that.
even stuff like that, I barely hand wave. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only reason I want 100 gold is because I'm buying souvenirs for my parents.
okay,
Fair.
all right.
I have 36 gold on me. I don't see the need for more.
All right.
Need to find
So
some
you are
more.
free to go about what it is you're doing next. So you said you're gonna get some books.
Specifically, book for Kinwin to learn more on the Raven Queen,
Okay.
and we need to do some research on whatever the old man was. Is whatever his son was. Malachi, was that his name?
Mhm.
Okay. Find out what they are.
Well, that's the sounds like what Lagon and Kinwin are doing. They're going to go get some books and research. What's Vanya and Arya going to do?
Lay in the Kurobe.
I do need to talk to Kurabe.
You're free to do so.
Kurobe's going to find,
Vanya's gonna help Lagan with research.
Okay.
yeah, Kurobe's going to find kind of a place to sit, maybe next to a fountain, and just kind of stare into the water and try to center himself again, because he lost his temper and he doesn't like that.
Arya finds him. She quietly decides to sit next to him, taking off her shoes and placing them on the edge of the fountain and dipping her feet in. I don't really know how to go about this, so I'll just be blunt.
It's easier that way.
I'm sorry.
What do you have to apologize for? I drug you into that. I shouldn't have lost my temper. There's... Sometimes, when things happen like that and there is a need to put things right, I'm driven to a point of madness and I can't...
That's understandable. I've been like that before too. I know that emotion. But it's because I do know that emotion that I try and warn against it the best I can. The thing is that when we're working through an investigation, there are moments when there is still uncertainty. There are still considerations that we haven't, or angles that we don't necessarily have available to us, and so I guess what I'm saying is, what if you get like that and you're wrong? Because I've done that.
That is why I'm upset myself. It worked out this time. It's easy when you have a cause for justice to think you're always right. And I know I'm headstrong. I usually try to keep my cool. I haven't lost myself like this since... well, let's just say my hair was a different color. I thought I had mellowed in my old age, but since gaining the power that I have, I feel like some of my younger self is coming back. I just... yeah, I'm the one who should...
I should have trusted you more. Despite everything, it did turn out okay. And you did handle that well.
You're right to be mad at me. I didn't handle things the way it could have went horribly wrong. It could have been the wrong house. I could have gotten us all arrested over something stupid.
And I should have checked in on you. I was so worried about Kinwin that it never occurred to me that you'd be suffering from that too. And anyone would be. It's hard to see your friends die.
Yeah,
I
seeing him
didn't
go,
think about that.
seeing him go down brought back some terrible feeling. Well, I don't ever want to feel them again.
Arya, puts her hand on Kurobe's, just grips it. She just stares out on Ned to the town, sitting beside him. I trust you more, Kurobe. I'll stand beside you. That's what I agreed to do as part of the Lucky Sevens. That's what you agreed to do as a part of the Lucky Sevens too, right?
Yes, to me, when you're a part of a group like this, it's not just... It goes beyond friendship. You depend on each other. If you don't have each other's back, if you don't care, and it's easy to lose people, and every time that happens, you lose a part of yourself. I've seen so many groups that are just in it for the money, that would cut and run and leave people behind. I don't understand that.
We're not like that.
I'm glad you came through that window. I was trying to take them alive, but I didn't want to fight them. I just wanted them to surrender. Pompous ass. Hate nobility. Most think they're better than everyone, when they don't really know what it's like to actually need things.
He was trying very hard to antagonize you.
I'm glad I kept hitting him. I wanted so much to shut him up.
But
Why would someone like them resort to bandage?
I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's not just about Ben being a bandit, considering what we saw. What did he mean by you smelling like Finn?
I don't know. One in the fight had fangs like his. The bastard jumped up and bit me. I ended him very quickly afterward. I think that one was a brother there. The three were not very happy to hear that I killed them. At least they know what it is to have the loss of someone they care about. Maybe that'll put perspective and give them something to think about. So.
I mean, they did cut ties and run. They could have taken him, but they didn't. So, I don't know. I'm worried, though, about what the old man said. When the younger one, well, the guy you fought earlier, when he bit you, where did he bite again?
Was in the neck?
Yep.
I'll point to where it is.
And can I see it? Like, is it, like, doing anything weird? Is it just puncture wounds? Like, is it healed?
It looks mostly like it's healed, but it's clear that he was bitten there.
I don't see anything weird about it. It just looks like he got bit. More like an animal bit you than a person did, though.
Yes, I've never seen people with fangs like that. Oh. Maybe some of them can turn up something when they're going to research. I'd offer to help that, but I've never been good with books. Trying to read things and put them together. To be honest, I can barely comprehend anything unless it's very basic.
Well, you know what they say. There are two kinds of minds. The ones who think, and the ones who create. So, what do you like to create? I think we should go do that.
Well, I've always had a penchant for cooking, actually. And just recently been learning musical fun.
It sounds like you and I deserve a good visit to a tavern.
You know, that sounds... And he will stand up and basically offer his arm out.
Arya will lock arms with him and walk together.
Yeah, to the tavern we go.
She's like skipping basically with him making long strides, I imagine.
But yeah, if we get to a tavern, Kurobe will order something nice, smooth, that they can drink on for a while, and if nobody's playing music, might even try to break out his flute and play.
Ooh.
Oh, Arya is 100% going to make him break out the flute. She's gonna pull out her lyre and just like, let's band up!
Arya, we know that you are really good at the music, but let's find out if Kurobe is. Kurobe performance check.
Alright. I actually am proficient in this because of bullshit that we did in downtime.
Exactly.
That's a natural 20, so that's a 23.
Bro!
So
Oh, they are
Kurobe...
rocking.
Bro. Get some mojo dice in the chat.
Oh.
Man. Rolling out them natural 20s. Kurobe. Well, it's too bad you're not doing any research like Lagon and Vanya are.
It's more important. He's getting drunk and making sure he doesn't feel things and having a good time.
Exactly.
Carousing is also an important task.
Yeah.
It's true. Carousing is exactly a very fun task. And then, Kinwin, you were looking for a book, specifically on the Raven Queen. Were you not?
Yes.
Okay. So, in your search around the city of Wandermore, you do find a lot of temples still to the Soul Forger, which is the kind of the primary deity that this country worships. You do find the odd shrine or small temple here and there of the other different deities. You find a shrine, more like to the Raven Queen. I would like. It's not so much that you find a book there, but let's see what you can glean from some of the iconography of the little shrine. So go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Could I give him my inspiration?
You are with Vanya, so you are not present there.
Oh, okay.
8.
8. Well, Kinwin, perhaps as much time as you spend in devotion to the land, something about the way that you worship, revere, your faith, your ritualism, something about it just doesn't seem to really click when it comes to things about the Raven Queen. You get the very distinct sense that anything regarding her is also very odd. There's a reason that Lagon doesn't call her a god, but still kind of reveres her in a similar way. There's a reason that she makes herself known rather than, say, the embodiment of the land or of the sun, like Palor, or the embodiment of the Soul Forger. These entities don't seem to interact with you very much at all, really. It's very weird, and you can't exactly put your finger on it very much. And as much studying as you do of the sort of black feather sort of carvings in the shrine, the sort of porcelain mask sort of representation, the sort of bowl that's there for providing offerings of any kind, you see very little in the way of coin offered in the bowl. You see maybe food, things that have rotted to like almost dust, things that wouldn't last if put in an offering bowl. But another thing kind of catches your eye too is that it's not just the black feathers and the mask, but there's also sort of a feeling. It's a weird feeling. A feeling like you're being watched. Doesn't answer any of your questions. Probably creates even more. But that's the sort of vibe that you get from Raven Queen sort of related things. Even that procession of the funeral of the prince of the country that you saw when you came into Red Hawk Keep, even that seemed strange. Almost like there's two different feelings, very distinct, that you get by thinking about this sort of death entity. Almost like you're looking at two sides of a coin. That's the sort of vibe you get. And then Vanya and Lagan, we're going to go and do some research. Unless there's some thoughts you have, Kinwin, towards this. You know, what are some of your musings?
Not really, no.
Don't really have a Don't really have thoughts? Don't really want to muse? Speculate? Alright. Vanya and Lagan, you're out researching. What are you researching?
Trying to find some research, Kenwyn, on the Raven Queen, and more specifically trying to find research into potentially whatever it is that the father and the son were.
Okay. Since Kenwyn was doing that kind of research on the Raven Queen, we'll kind of focus in on the father for the two of you. You're kind of talking with you kind of make your way towards a bit of a library. It's not a huge library, so there may not be a whole lot here, but you kind of start in on asking them some questions. So both of you, or one with making the other have advantage, make an investigation check.
That's a +2 for me. What's it for you?
+0 for me.
Then Vanya can roll an advantage if she wants.
Yep.
Or you can roll individually. It's your choice.
We'll do the advantage, I think.
All right.
Okay with you?
That's fine.
How's a nat 20?
Whoa! Whoa!
About time it started rolling in my favor there.
Right?
We've been rolling like great this whole session.
Hot shit since Mojo's come back. Mojo, your good luck has been spreading.
It's in the name. The mojo has spread.
But we got the mojo back, so
We do.
There you go.
We do. We got the mojo back. It's I highly expect it to be very temporary. The only one it hasn't really been affecting has been Woden. Oh no.
He's had better luck this game than he did the last one, so.
But that's still.
True.
I'm so sorry, Woden. Your dice just don't like you.
At least the natural one was not on the stealth check this time, like usual.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It was just on an investigation check.
He had a dirty 20 for his stealth check, so.
It's true. It's true. It's very good. Very, very good. But with the research that you're doing, you're kind of asking questions, kind of posing to the librarian what you might be able to, like, what in the world could this kind of creature even be?
Potentially where to look.
And where to find them, yeah. It's, you said you have a natural 20, okay.
Like 22.
Yep. The librarian leads you to a couple of books that they haven't really particularly read themselves, but you're free to peruse them. They're books about mythical creatures or things of the like, and strangely enough about Shadowheart history. You learn that the creature that you encountered is a vampire. Or what's called a vampire. Its fangs, sharp teeth, still relatively human looking, still very much has their original sort of abilities and skills and things like that they had in life. The only difference is that they feed on blood instead of food. Food has to have no effect. Walking around in the daylight, some can do and some can't. Becoming a form of mist is some can do and some can't. It seems to be a little bit varied, but a lot of the notes that you're looking at are notes from the region in Shadowhar, the Shadowhar Empire, before the Empire fell. That there were talks and rumors in the Mesotopia region of vampires sort of migrating out of the Shadowhar Empire. Where they came from before then, it's theorized that they are a form of undead, but still very much have their full faculties. They're not simply wandering souls that are malevolent. They're not simply the walking husks that you see in skeletons and zombies. They're still cognizant. They still have thoughts. They still have feelings, what you can maybe think are feelings. They're still very much a person by this particular writer's description. It's just certain things have changed, such as losing their temper far more frequently, the need for blood, sometimes the requirement that they sleep during the day. Otherwise immortal.
Does this writer give any indication as to whether they believe that the vampirism is a curse or an infection? Or is that even mentioned in the writings?
They believe it to be more along the same lines as a curse, but also write that any magical means to try and remove the curse was unsuccessful.
Okay. That was the information I wanted to know.
And this particular writer's name is Dr. Celine Silverleaf.
Ooh.
Callbacks.
Can we... Is the librarian still around?
Yep, they're still around.
Is there any way for us to borrow this book?
You did mention that you're travelers, yes?
Yes, we will be here for a little while. I will not leave without we should return to you.
If you find it that helpful, you're free to purchase it.
How much is it?
4 gold?
Lagan will take out 4 gold and hand it to her.
She'll take it.
Not even going to haggle over this one. This is exactly what he wanted to know. And if she's as informed as he thinks she is, this is going to be the best source of information we have. Anything we need to do with our dealings with the father.
All right. There you have it.
As we leave, Lagan is going to find a butcher.
Okay.
And buy at least a pound of good quality meat.
Okay.
For offering to the Raven Queen.
All right.
He did promise Kenwin to teach him at least as far as he is aware of them to the Raven.
All right. You do catch up with Kinwin. You do see that he's a little bit puzzled by the Raven Queen shrine that he's found in this particular section of town. He wasn't too far away from where you guys were. He's not too far away from where everyone is. Everyone's within sort of walking distance of each other. He seems a little puzzled, a little dumbfounded. And you bring over that offering that you've procured, and I'll say that it's 2 gold worth of a fine quality meat, and you bring it over and set it over in the offering bowl and set it to leave it.
I will give half of what I have to Kenwin for him to make an offering.
We usually leave it raw, we don't cook it.
Say what now?
We just leave the meat raw, we don't cook it.
No. Any offerings made to the Raven Queen are in their natural states. They are uncooked. Whether it be meat, grain, it is in the raw state. It is never cooked. She doesn't really like the grains. I would avoid those. And if you're going to make offerings of meat, make them choice cuts, not just any random thing will do. It will do in a pinch if it's all you have. But when you have, and he spreads his hands around and does a small little circle, abundance around, the best of the bounty is what is preferred.
Well, so I'll bow down and then offer up the meat to the altar of the Raven Queen.
Is there any kind of prayer that you would like to offer as well to go along with it, or are you just setting the meat in the offering bowl?
I'm not sure I would know any prayer specifically to the Raven Queen.
It does not have to be anything specific. Much as you would have a conversation with the Wild Mother. You simply beseech her and are thanking her for the gifts she has bestowed upon you. Hence the offering to her.
Raven Queen, I thank you for what you have done for me. And I hope this small offering may in some way be a small part to repay that.
All right. Lagan, do you offer up anything as far as a prayer or anything else with the meat that you're setting in?
Lagan takes the other half of what was intended for the offering. And much like when he's intending to reach out and actually try and speak with, assuming that meditative type state and reaching out to her and thanking her for the gifts that she's given and for bringing Kenwin back. Whatever this is that we are tied up in, he is a major part of it and we need him. I don't think we could do this without him. Your blessings are not unnoticed and not unappreciated. And he will stay like that for about 10 minutes.
Are you actually casting a spell, or are you actually communing?
No. He's not communing. He's not casting commune. He's getting his mind into the similar state that he would if he were casting commune. He's just staying in that state without trying to cast commune, not trying to actively communicate, just get his brain in the place that he would if he were.
Okay. Just kind of being in that sort of communicating state. willing to receive,
Yes.
should something be received. But
Yes.
the time goes by. You spend this time in silence, sort of meditation / prayer, and you offer into the bowl the slice of meat that you have in your hand, and you really don't get much. Maybe just a slight feeling like acknowledged.
Maybe a little less pissed at me now.
You can come to that conclusion if you want.
Well, that is the route Lagan chooses to go.
He chooses to accept that this is possibly an offering of, please forgive me.
Pretty much. I don't intend on making a habit of these requests, but when they are made and are granted, he will definitely make sure she is acknowledged.
Properly thanked, yep. Good enough. Good to know. Alright. Well, Lucky Sevens, the dusk is coming to a close. You are free to gather up once more if that is what you would like to do, unless there's other things that you would like to do in this city.
I think food and rest would be good.
Alright.
If you came back to the tavern where we're staying, you would probably find the two of us still playing and drinking and having a grand time.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You're at the Tumbled Wench where you had been staying before, and Arya and Kurobe have indulged themselves once again in drink and dance and song.
Vanya's gonna go over and join right in.
Joining right in.
Her guitar.
Alright.
Perfection.
Perfection. Alright. But is that going to conclude the day and you'll start the travel again and fresh in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Alright.
Before we turn in, like as we're like finishing up our drinks before we head up, Kurobe would question those who went to do research. Did you find out anything?
We did, but I think it would be better with clearer heads.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Completely fine.
How
And
many
he'll
of
drift
those
off
have
a
you
little.
had? And he looks at Arya when he's asking Kurobe this question. How many of those have you had?
I mean, just clambering, gone.
It was only a few pitchers. It's fine.
To which Vanya is just gonna sigh, pick up Arya, like, okay, this is what we're doing tonight.
Arya just like grips around her. Vanya!
You need to watch how much you drink, my friend.
When you are sober.
Kurobe will kind of like, he's been drinking and he's happy, but he'll look around the table before everybody leaves and he's going to look over at Vanya and Kenwin and Lagan. I lost myself today and I am apologetic for that. It may have worked out, but I should not have lost my temper. I am sorry. And he'll get up and give a slight bow and please forgive me.
Apology accepted, just watch it next time.
Nothing to forgive. And Lagan is going to actually get some drink. Not necessarily the graveyard or tombstone, but something strong after the day to unwind and hopefully have Untouched dreams.
Well, if Lagan slides it slid up into there, Kurobe would take the pitcher and pour it to him. I imagine it's some kind of something strong. Like I said, he ordered something strong but smooth.
Lagan would just take the pitcher and down it.
Kurobe would just pick the cup back up and, okay, fine, you can drink out of that. I was trying to be polite.
I am soon for bed, my friend. I don't like fighting like this. Sometimes it's necessary. I do understand. But as I said, there is nothing to forgive.
But yes, let's finish our drinks. We have a long trip ahead of us tomorrow.
And he gives you a hearty pat on the back. If he did the same to Kenwin, Ken would probably be face first onto the table.
Kinwin is a bit smaller than Kurobe, and a bit less strong.
I just imagine, like, one time Lagan went to playfully punch Kenwin in the shoulder into the scene from the Avengers where the Hulk hits Thor and Thor goes flying out of frame.
That was much the impression I was meaning to give.
Poor Kinwin. We love him.
We do.
And when he gets so beat up on, I'm so sorry.
Little does anybody know, he can just call lightning on all of us and whoop our ass.
Really, though.
And
the man literally controls the weather.
Yes, indeed. But each of you would get your long rest, and it is early in the morning that you set out to go about the travel for the day before the summer heat starts to set in. And you continue to travel. Who's going to be on the watch for the sort of day and a half that you'll be traveling to Castillo del Rey?
I would assist.
Yeah, Vanya would be.
Vanya's the lookout. Alright. What do them elf eyes see, Vanya?
Find my dice. I moved it over so I could do something else. Lost track of where I put it.
Yep.
Saw Kiki in the background.
Yeah, I saw her
That
too.
is 19.
19. You're very alert. You're very aware of your surroundings. Were you all taking that cart you had?
No.
No. Oh, you left it. That's right.
Yeah, we shoved the 2 jacks into it. Left it.
Okay. So you're just walking. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be like a day and a half travel that you're gonna get to Castillo del Rey, and so the travel is rather uneventful. You do see a number of people along the way as they're traveling from the port city themselves. Some of them being fish merchants that would have plenty of fish to either sell and or take to the cities of Wandermore or Combe.
Kurobe would definitely be picking up some fresh fish to put in to diversify their diets.
To diversify things a little bit. Yep, you can.
Yeah.
You can pick up several pounds of fish for a gold a pound. So however much you want to spend. I don't know how much room you have left in the bag.
I'm just assuming that we're keeping it topped off. Because, like, we pick up...
You have a full 500 pounds in the bag.
Oh, is it 500? No, it... Oh, hold on.
Bag holds 500 pounds.
Worth of stuff.
I'm assuming...
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's not all meat.
No, it's
I
not.
know we got rid of some because we had way too much that would fit in there.
Yeah.
So we sold some before we left Combe.
Mm-hmm.
So...
one time I don't actually have it open.
Well, no, it doesn't say that. It just says it's a chest that's 2.5 foot wide, or 2.5 foot. It's 2.5 feet by 1.5 feet and a foot tall. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a magical bag. I just think it keeps stuff preserved. So
No, it's a magical bag of holding that keeps things cold.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay,
Yeah.
fine. We wouldn't keep it exactly full, but I would definitely have at least probably 2 weeks to a month rations in it then.
Yeah.
Just so in case we get stuck out somewhere for a long time, we're good.
Like this is plenty enough food that you could survive like the whole sailing trip without having to restock. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he wants to keep on, and he's going to keep adding to it so that there's diversity.
Yeah, you don't
Because
have
eating
to.
the same thing sucks.
You don't have to restock food until you land on Ionia.
Okay.
So.
Well, like, I will pick up 7 pounds of fish.
Okay, 7 gold it is. And it's a variety of fish. It's all sorts of like bay fish that come out from the Emerald Bay. So there's a wide variety of small and large and very large, all to in general just sort of like the size of tuna sort of fish in there's a couple of those, but there's a lot of like more smaller fish that are probably only about a foot long at most,
like pan fry fish.
Yeah, things that you could just quickly just throw on a skewer and be able to eat if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have several pounds of fish to go amongst the sand dog meats that you have, and so yeah, there's that. Otherwise, the trip is uneventful. You only really come across the merchants. Anything that would assail you, like wild animals, or the sort of people who would probably be able to pick off on someone who isn't prepared, is easily dissuaded by the fact that you all are a group and or powerful. And so really nothing like what you experienced before occurs again on the road. You're powerful enough to stave off wild animals because they go in the bag of holding as meals or they are shipped off. So
yeah,
there's wild animals cannot hurt you anymore, basically. But yeah, you make it to Castillo del Rey. It's about evening time by the time you arrive. It's a very small town, but it's a very busy town, as it seems that there are boats everywhere of all sizes, of all sorts of makes. It looks like fishing boats, sailing boats, merchant boats, residence boats. People live on the water. There's a slew of just different kinds of boats here. And
Question.
most people live, breathe, and die on the water.
Question. Have I ever been to the water, or have I always been inland with all my...
I would say you've been to the coast at least once before. Whether it's Castillo del Rey or it's one of the other coastal cities, that's your choice.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say it's been Castillo del Rey just because it's convenient.
Yeah,
but
it's
Krobe
directly north of Combe, so...
Yeah, he would look at the thing and start breathing the air, and I haven't been here since... I don't even know how many years it's been. Hell, I still looked half as good as you do. You all do, but it has been a while. Forgot how beautiful.
Combe, you start to...
How long?
Or, Kurobe, you start to tell the others that... Oh.
Goodbye.
Ah.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Coffee.
Actually, I think this is a great time that we should probably end this session. So this works.
Well,
Oh, you're back.
okay, because I was gonna give you guys like a little tidbit that Korebe would know that he would tell you,
Good.
which is that this particular port city is named because it is often a vacation house for the king, a vacation spot for the king, King Reyes.
Please don't tell me the king's being possessed by vampires.
Don't get
was
coffee
going
ideas.
I was going to ask how long it's been since the Ambani has been through here.
Last you saw them was at Red Hawk Keep, so they'd probably be
Right.
making their way this way by now.
No,
So-
I'm just asking because being that I come from that type of environment, making my livelihood on the water, how long has it been since Lagan has been here?
The Anbani makes kind of a circular route going through a lot of the southern waters. So Castillo del Rey is a rarity, but not unheard of. So maybe only a couple times in the time that you've been a sailing.
So it's been probably a little bit since Lagan has been here as well.
Right. Yeah. You know that the Ambani typically does its routes in the southern waters of the Adamantine Reef, of Argyll, of the southern sort of halves of Mesopotamia and the other continents, but rarely does it make it
come out
go
here too often.
doesn't come out here too often because it does have to go through the Covenster Islands, and the Covenster Islands can be a little bit tricky. Not tricky like the Adamantine Reef is, but is still very tightly packed when it comes to the islands. So they don't often make their way out here, but only when necessary.
Right.
But you would realize that the ship is here when you arrive.
I was just about to ask, do I recognize any of the sails?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You recognize one of the Anbani's sort of official Argyll, quote unquote, national flags and sails.
Okay.
Pirate shenanigans.
Pirate shenanigans.
Is that what next session is? Pirate shenanigans?
Possibly.
Potentially.
Definitely doing some sailing. Definitely going on the water. So yeah, that's I think where we're gonna leave off the session. You arrive in Castillo del Rey. You're free to get a long rest, and then in the morning you can meet up with the Anbani if you want.
Yes.
So we'll pick up there next time after having a long rest. So feel free to leave that as it is on your sheets, and we'll pick up there next time. And I will have a whole VOD on YouTube because Twitch has probably broken it up into like 6 VODs by now.
Oh no.
Twitch has been a little twitchy.
Twitch is always twitchy.
But yes, thank you guys so much for playing, for being wonderful cast members. Thank you guys for all of you being here today.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun today.
Oh,
it was a
good.
great session.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I do
definitely
appreciate,
did not expect it doing what I did, but it was
Right.
spur of the moment.
I do appreciate, Woden, that you still enjoy this game, even if we're a little riffing on you a little bit.
Well, know that all jests are in fun, and we love you.
Yes, it
And
is
we
all
have
in
a great
fun.
time playing with Kenwin and you.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We love Kinwin. Because some of those dice rolls, man. They just
I want
fuck
to.
you.
We should really chip in and order Woden a new set of dice just to.
I'm
see if
pretty
we can
sure,
get the
Woden,
move.
you have several sets of dice that
I saw you
Oh.
switch out.
that he's been switching through.
After the first bad roll, he put one pair of dice in jail and pulled on it.
Yes.
No.
I think your dice jail needs to be smudged, man. It's spreading shit.
No, the what's it called? The best thing, the thing I love about Woden the most is he doesn't get upset. He doesn't rage at it. He's just like, the dice are telling the story, and he leans into it and has fun. And that's the best kind of people to play with.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do appreciate it. Much love for Woden for playing Kinwin. Kinwin the Kenny. The Kenny of
Now,
the
if you
South
start
Park.
dying every episode, we're going to have an issue.
We're gonna have questions. I think even the Raven Queen at that point would have questions for you.
Right.
Be like, man, what are you doing here
my God.
again?
I can just feel it. Kinwin the unkillable.
Kenwood would turn into Deadpool. Just show up at death's door enough to say hi, and then just come back.
Yeah. Get shooed away.
Maybe one or two Pulp Fiction dances.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love this game. You guys are great. You guys are so great. I love it. But yes, that means that now that we're finishing up the session for tonight, and my cats are zooming around, let's dish out some experience. So, everybody gets their 5 for showing up today, and we had the full cast!
Yay.
Yay! Hey! So, and we've got the audience XP favorite as for being the fickle gods that you, the audience, are. You go ahead and wave your hand at the character that you would like to influence in that particular way. And then we have our roleplay prompts that we talk about. So, based on the progress that y'all made today, I would say that you had an encounter, you defeated an enemy, and you turned them in for a bounty. So I'd say that that's worth a 5 experience. And then there's the ones for the other roleplay prompts. So who pushed our plot?
I'm gonna give that one to Kurobe.
Yeah.
Not in a good way, but
He definitely pushed into the door.
It's more specific. So the main thing is what ultimately comes down to this is he got bit, and we were just revealed that, and that's going to be like a major plot point for a good portion of this for a hot second.
yeah. There was also some personal growth and some inner character developments, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's agreed upon. It's Kurobe is our plot pusher. Sounds like it to me. All right. Plot pusher it is. Kurobe.
thank you.
Who had our best scene?
Me and Arya at the fountain.
It was sweet.
It was sweet.
My alternative is I really enjoyed Kinwin and Lagan getting together and doing that whole religious practice thing together.
True.
That's a good one too. It's not my decision though.
I'd say Kinwin Lagan, not just for that one, but very start, just Kinwin asking Lagan questions about.
Yeah.
That's what started the
Them-
whole thing.
Them connecting about the Raven Queen overall, they had 2 really good scenes with that.
Cats behind me are zooming like mad. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Meanwhile, mine are actually behaving.
What do you think, Kinwin? Who gets the best scene?
Yeah, me and Logan sounds good.
All right. Well, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give it to both of you then.
Oh.
He's a generous god.
The audience is a fickle god, though. We'll decide. We'll see who they chose as their victim. Who had our best line for tonight?
Weapons down. Now.
Yeah, sorry about the mess upstairs.
Oh wait, I have another one.
Hmm.
Kurobe asking, what do you take me for? Arya's just like, a sleazy old man! Not a thug!
I'll give it to Arya for the sleazy old
Yeah,
man.
Arya had a couple of good ones. I'll give it to Arya.
All right, Arya it is. All right.
Yeah.
I just had to like say that one line because I was just like, oh, that's an asshole move, but it's funny.
We've got a tie so far in the audience poll between Kinwin and Arya. There's only 2 votes in the poll right now, so get your votes in, people, because I see that there's 9 people watching so far. So
Get your votes in!
get a vote.
Workers!
Doesn't matter.
We can't vote for ourselves, even if we are part of the audience.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. But how are you guys enjoying the game? Just in
I
general.
love the game.
It's terrible. I don't know why I come every week.
You shut your whore mouth.
I have a question. Did you give anything on top of the 5?
Yeah, it was the 5 for
On the
showing up,
scale.
and then 5 for the
Okay.
for the progress today.
Okay.
Okay, we
Maybe
talked about the
me
progress, but I didn't
capturing
hear you
him.
say.
Uh-oh.
I had someone call me while you were saying that, so I couldn't hear
Oh.
anything.
So,
I didn't get back in until y'all were already voting on scene line. And
It's a 50-50,
y'all have-
Kinwin.
Yep, it's a 50-50, Kenwin. Either you both get it or you don't. If I do a roll.
Alright.
So,
Wo-
I am level
Woden.
8.
High or low?
Low.
I am rolling a dice. Sadly, it is.
It's
an
a high.
11. It's an 11. Yep, that's on the high side. Would have had to get a 10 or lower. Whap whap.
That's so close, too.
It's so close. Exactly.
Alright.
Nope. They don't get it. Oh well. Sad day. That's what happens when you tie up the votes, people.
It's true. It's true.
Well, I think a Lagon finally hit level 8.
Yes.
Hey, yo!
Hey, yo. Anyone else ding a level, or are we still at level 8 for the rest of you too?
Oh, I just dinged like last episode or the episode before, so
Right.
yeah, I've got like 30 more points for hitting that.
since Mojo was internet hated him, I actually think I caught up and maybe passed Mojo a little bit.
Oh.
So, but I was
You're over level 8
trailing.
now?
I'm at level 8 and I'm into it a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm at 57 out of 90 experience point.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So close to
Nice.
level 9. Nice. Yep. And then you said that, and then Raven, you said that you're like 37 points away from level 9?
I'm just under 30 points.
Under 30 points. Wow.
Yeah.
From hitting 9. Vanya gets all the points, y'all.
That's what you get for showing up.
Showing up, putting up with Kirby's bullshit.
Yeah, well, the whole reason I do the experience the way that I do is I do want there to be some variety in the levels, but I do want there also to be not such a hard time trying to catch up if you miss an episode or something. So, you know, it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
Because having a variety of levels is fun. I'm not a big fan of Milestone really, but this is kind of a blend. In a way, because XP is arbitrary, and I decide how these things are to be dished out. So, haha, I am God. So, But that does conclude Rebirth for this week. So I will be uploading the full VOD onto YouTube because I did actually record today. So yay for me.
Yay.
So I actually remembered to record. But yeah, you'll see the full VOD because I didn't have any interruptions from on my end from what you guys were saying. So it'll kind of, you know, those blips from Twitch are they're not gonna notice them in the VOD. So, yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and remember, it is September, so if you are getting spammed by ads, it is cheaper now to support the channel than it ever has been all year. So please, if you're sick of them ads, then subscribe. Otherwise, you know, we do appreciate the viewers sticking around for as much as they do through all the technical difficulties. And otherwise, you know, follows and other such things are free. Are you okay?
I sneezed.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But yes, yeah, we're we're gonna be hitting episode 40 next week. So, how's that feel?
Bring it.
Bring
Wow.
it, yeah.
The episode that catched up to my age.
Hey, Lamau. Hey, Mojo actually just subscribed, so thanks, Mojo. And so yeah, let's find somebody to raid while we're having some fun here, and we'll see you guys next week for more Vampire on Wednesday and more Vampire on Thursday.
No, this is just our prequel to our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle. That's we're leading into it.
Let's be honest, if Kurobe turns vampire, he's going to be more Dhampir than actual vampire, probably. And go kill the vampires because, well...
We'll have to find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Kurobe becomes Blade.
That's in the future.
I'm thinking D.
Yeah, that's what
Vampire
Vampire Hunter D. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
that's where my
classic.
head went.
Yes. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back next week. So until then, say goodnight, everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody.
I'm
Good
not
night.
that sleazy.
Oh.
Yes, he is.